Welcome back. Now, before you work with more advanced settings, in order to get your Zoom connected to your calendar, you're going to want to make sure that you use the basic plugins that Zoom gives you in the meeting area. In particular, you're going to have a Microsoft Outlook plugin. If you use Microsoft Outlook, this is a way for you to manage your meetings inside of Outlook as well as the Chrome extension. First, what we're going to do is we're going to download the Microsoft Office plugin. We're then going to install the plugin. We'll then go through the setup wizard. Now this is going to take some time to execute. So even if you see this message and it looks like it's taking a little while, that typically is part of the process. And again, it's going to take time in order for the installation to complete. Now, once this has been installed, you'll notice then that you have a Zoom icon inside of your Microsoft Outlook if you go to the calendar area. And so what we can do then is we can then click one of these buttons. We can click schedule a meeting. And you'll see a dialog box come open inside of Microsoft Outlook. And as long as you are connected to the internet, Microsoft Outlook will then go and fetch some of the information from your Zoom account. So for example, we can then go through the process of deciding what kind of meeting or webinar we want to have. We can disable the password, for example. We can choose who gets the video. We have advanced options in setting the meeting. And you may recognize some of these options from your Zoom meeting settings. We'll do that. We'll then click continue. And the meeting scheduling will then come into your dialog box. You can then decide on what you're going to call the meeting. In this particular case, we're going to give it a unique name. You'll notice then that the meeting then has a time inside of Zoom. And so when we send this invitation, it's going to have all the pertinent information to the people that are going to get it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to write in a contact name. And then we're going to then send this information through Microsoft Outlook. And you'll see then that Microsoft Outlook is interacting with our Zoom account. What you'll also see here is that we have an appointment inside of our Microsoft Outlook calendar. Now, if you were to go to your Zoom account, what you should see is you should see a meeting having already been scheduled that's inside of Microsoft Outlook. Now, if you go into your Zoom account, what you should see is you should see an appointment having been set with a meeting that has a title that looks like the one you're seeing on your screen. And indeed, if we come to our Zoom account, we're going to see a meeting having already been created that's set to our Microsoft Outlook account. What we can also do from within Outlook is schedule an instant meeting with our contacts. So for example, what we can do here is we can click Start Instant Meeting, and our Zoom client will then be available. And our meeting facility will then be ready to be used. If you want to cancel the meeting, you can go to the specific appointment. You can double click the appointment. That'll open it up. And what we can do is we can then either update this meeting, or in some cases what we can do is we can cancel the meeting. So for example, let's assume then we're going to cancel this meeting. We're then going to click this dialog box. We're then going to send the update. And if we go back and refresh, we will no longer see the meeting inside of Zoom. What we can also do from inside of Zoom, inside of your meeting settings, is to download the Zoom Chrome plugin. So for example, what we'll do is we'll click the download button. What you're going to see here is the Zoom scheduler. What we're then going to do is click Add to Chrome. We're then going to add this extension. You'll then see that the Zoom scheduler has been added to Chrome. We'll then click on the Zoom icon, which will open up this dialog. What we'll then do is we'll sign into our Zoom account. Once we signed into our Zoom account, what we can do is click this button that says Schedule a Meeting. Now when you come into your Google Calendar item, what you're going to notice is that you can write in the title. You're also going to notice that you have all of your Zoom meeting information inside of the message area. What we can then do is we can then save this message with our new title, which is basically going to be a Zoom calendar item. So we're going to click Save. What you'll now notice is that this item is now going to be part of our calendar. If we come back to our Zoom account and we hit F5, we're going to see now that we have our meeting title here in this area. What we can then do is we can come to that item and we can cancel the meeting from within our Google Calendar. And we will have deleted our message. You're going to see a message at the bottom of your screen for the calendar. And if you come back to your Zoom item, you'll notice that those webinars no longer appear inside of Zoom. So what we've done now is we've done a basic calendar management connection. In the next process, we'll look at doing a more complex calendar management system along with Zoom. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you in the next process.